This video that I'm going to give you today may be one of the most important ones that I give you, one of my favorites. Today what I'm going to talk about are standards of a high-class player. So if you use all the tips, all the advice in this video every time you play, I guarantee you will see developments in your game faster than you've ever seen before. So really pay attention, really listen to every word I say, and after you watch this video, make sure that you're doing all of these things. I guarantee you will be a very happy player because of it. The first standard that you need to set for yourself is focus and quality. Okay, so everything you do, I don't want you to go through the motions. I want you to do it to the best of your ability. Now, a lot of players, they just go through the motions. Okay, when they're shooting a ball, they're just shooting the ball. They're not actually thinking about what they're truly doing. There's a big difference between the two. Doing something and really focusing on doing something. So I want you to understand the difference between the two. So let's say, for instance, dribbling. Okay, are you really getting low under the ball? Are you really focusing on where your foot meets the ball? When you're changing direction, are you truly cutting as much as you can? Are you really overemphasizing your technique? So are you just cutting the ball, or are you actually cutting the ball? Okay, I hope you can see what I mean. Am I turning, or am I really focusing on turning? Okay, when you're passing the ball, are you just going through the motions, or are you really getting low and stroking that ball, really focusing on your technique? Okay, overemphasize your technique. That's the real point I want to get across here. When you're shooting, when you're taking shots, are you just hitting the ball? Or are you actually getting low, getting over, focusing on all these things that we practice to hit the ball? Okay, so number one, truly focus on what you're doing. Make the most of every single movement. The next standard is always focusing on effective movement, powerful movement. Now, a lot of players, again, I always say this, are technically sound players. They're good on the ball. But this game is so much more than what you do on the ball. So what I'm talking about here is your body movement. So first of all, when you know you should sprint somewhere, sprint there. Do not jog there. Do not walk there. You need to hold yourself to that standard. When I am training by myself, if I'm going to get that ball, instead of just jogging there to get the ball, why don't I sprint there? Why don't I at least do 80% there? Okay? Making the most out of those 5 yards, if you did that every single time, is going to make massive changes in your game, in your fitness, in your confidence, in your athleticism in a short period of time. So don't jog when you should sprint. Don't walk when you should run, okay? Be honest with yourself. Now, when you are sprinting, are you doing all the things that you've learned? Are you doing all the things that you've been taught that you should be focusing on as far as powerful strides, getting low, really pumping your arms, really driving your knees? Or are you just doing what you've always been doing? Okay? So you need to focus on what you're doing. Are you being explosive with your movement? When you're changing direction, are you actually changing powerfully, or are you just kind of coasting through it? Are you turning like this, or are you turning powerfully? Like this, okay? So that's just not off the ball, but also on the ball. When I do have the ball and I am turning, and I want to go the other direction, am I turning up like this, or am I really getting low and using powerful movement to my advantage? I really hope you can see what I'm trying to demonstrate in this video. The next standard and the next commitment I want you to make for yourself is to attack every ball, okay? So when the ball is coming to you, don't wait for it to get there. Okay, I'm sure you've heard this before, but are you actually doing it? When the ball is coming to me, go to it, attack it. Be the first player to every ball, okay? If the ball's up in the air, don't let it bounce and then get there. Attack that ball. Okay, get to it first. the ball is out there, I'm not going to jog to it. Okay, I'm going to meet it, I'm going to attack it. And again, try not to let the ball bounce. So it's there. I want to get right on top of it. I want to attack the ball. Okay, don't let the ball come to you, you go to it. The same goes when you're going for headers. Okay, if you're waiting for the ball to come to you, if you're waiting for it to come to you, you're never going to get it. You have to go to it. Okay, attack every single ball. One more thing about attacking the ball, and it's a bit difficult for me to demonstrate here by myself, but I want you to get in the habit of anticipating rather than reacting. Okay, most players react. Few players anticipate. But the ones that do, get there first. So let's say the ball is going into a bunch of people. I'm anticipating that the player with the ball is going to have a bad touch and it's going to be there. So what happens is most people, let's say he has the bad touch, the ball goes there and then the player reacts. What you want to do, can you play me that ball please? What you want to do is anticipate that the ball is going there. So before he's even made the bad touch or before someone's even made that pass, you are already in that space anticipating where it's going. Okay, so think about that idea. Instead of reacting to what just happened, I'm reacting to the pass that was made by my teammate. I'm anticipating that my teammate's already going to pass it there. So I'm 2-3 steps ahead of the game. This is really going to help you attack the ball. So the next idea, and I talked about this in a previous video, if you really want to get fit, what you have to do is push through the pain. So what I want you to get in the habit of is playing when you're tired. When most players are tired, they stop. Maybe they don't stop, but they really slow down. Okay, they play at a speed way below what they're capable of. What you want to get in the habit of is playing at your highest level when you're tired. So when you feel like quitting, your chest hurts, your legs are heavy, instead of stopping, you need to keep going. Okay, even when, let's say, we're running up the field, there's an attack. Okay, let's say a cross came in and maybe your teammate made a mistake. Okay, what do most players do at this point? They would turn, then they would walk, and then they'd start to slowly jog all the way back. So instead of that, I want you to hold yourself to a higher standard. Yes, you came in, you tried to get on the end of the cross, it didn't work out. Instead of whining, wasting your time, what did you do? Quick turn. Focused on your explosive movement, got back right away, and then you took the time to rest. Okay, so when you're tired, let's say you're jogging, you got to get way over there. You know how it is. You're jogging and you feel like quitting, so you stop, you walk for a bit, then you jog a bit more, you walk for a bit. Okay, screw that. When you're tired, you keep going. Even if I'm going a bit slower, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, and that's a great thing to tell yourself in your mind. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. So when you feel like giving up, please make this commitment to yourself. Keep going. The next standard is, or are, positive reactions. Okay, so what happens after you make a mistake? Okay, let's say you take a shot and you miss the net. What do most players do? They say, They swear at themselves, they kick themselves, they look around. Okay, maybe they yell at other people. They waste time. So instead of doing something like that, what do after you make a mistake? You need to make a positive reaction. So let's say you do make a mistake. Instead of whining about it, let's get back, let's track back, let's get set. Shake it off, what's next? Okay, focus on the next thing. If you make a bad pass, instead of whining about it, crying about it, chase that ball down, win it back. Okay, what are your reactions like when you make mistakes? So every time you do something bad, you make up for it right away. Don't waste any time complaining, crying, moaning to someone else, blaming someone else, okay? If you lose the ball, you need to be the hardest person working to get it back. If you have a bad shot or a bad pass, you need to shake that off right away, because that's not going to help you play any better. If you hold on to these mistakes and you feel depressed, you feel frustrated, you say, whatever, I'm just going to do better next time, you're wasting your potential. So whenever you make a mistake, how do you react? It needs to be